you lose and then you're done. Don't come to Las Vegas. I'm banking on that you can score, and I'm making a point not to go to Las Vegas, 'cause I don't trust.
Well, hello and welcome back to another Stogie review on location in Las Vegas for IPCPR Day 2. And, today was more productive than yesterday, but still not quite as productive as I would have liked. Today's activity included, yesterday, Brian and I started off just wherever we wanted to in the convention center floor, and we were kind of hopping from one booth to the next and talking to people that we knew, all the manufacturers that I spoke with in the past, and some of the ones that Brian had known, and we were very unproductive because we were just kind of getting the scoop from the people that we knew, and we were getting more information from the people we knew than the people that we weren't introduced to before now. And we got one interview with David Blanco from Los Blancos Cigars, and I was incredibly impressed with the way he handled that whole thing. We just showed up at the booth, we got to talking a little bit. Brian had met David Blanco before, and it just came up that we wanted to do a video interview with him, and that was it. He just he put all the retail customers on hold. The people that are here to spend money, he just told them, hey, look, I want to do something for a minute. He sat down, he spoke with Brian for a few minutes. You'll see that video. And I was just very impressed with how he handled the cigar press, so to speak. And it said a lot for the way he handles his company and how he views advertising online with these blogs and whatnot. And again, I was just very impressed with the way he handled that situation. I can't say enough for him, or say enough about him, I should say. I had mentioned that there's a new Don Pepin Garcia cigar. I wasn't able to get my hands on it today. Don Pepin, Tatawa, Don Pepin Garcia, Pete Johnson, Eric Espinosa, and the other name just isn't coming to me. EO Brands, 601. They are in the corner of the convention center, and it's like Don Pepin Alley, and it's just a madhouse. You can't get back there to talk to anyone. I took a lot more pictures today than I did yesterday. I got a chance to talk to a lot more people. Brian and I started off in one corner, and we just started going up and down the convention floor, and I guess it was about 5 hours later, we covered half the floor, and it was a very interesting day. Some of today's haul includes, I got some of these yesterday, and one of the booth babes, quote unquote, handed me another one, and I said, give me another one, I got to give Brian some of these. These are these Touch of Panther coffee flavored cigars, and these things just look horrendous. If you look up close to them, they really look like cardboard, just wrapped around some tobacco. After that, I got a chance to sit down and talk with Brad Mayo from Jameson Cigars. I've got two more of his new cigar to be released. The original cigar that I did a review on a little while back has been reblended, and it is a very nice cigar, so much better than the previous blend. And he's also got a new black label coming out, which I smoked one of about 2 weeks ago, I guess, and I enjoyed that as well. I also got some playing cards from Jameson. And I've got a very interesting cigar. This is the old school cigar, big fat monster cigar, and it just, I don't remember where this comes from. It's an odd puro. Let's see, mentions on here. No, it doesn't, unfortunately. But the cigar is made up of all tobacco I wouldn't expect to see a cigar from. It was just kind of odd. You usually see like a wrapper or something from this country, and I really can't think of what it is. And we also, see if I can find it. Yeah, it's in this bag. We also met a guy that has a cigar that's all Peruvian tobacco, a Peruvian Puro. And he, you know, it was very interesting talking to him. He was a nice guy. Some of the other cigars I got was this new La Aroma de Cuba. What is this? It's an Especial Limitada edition that's made by Don Pepin Garcia for Ashton. I got my hands on an American Stogie's, a blue label, both new cuvées, the Rouge and the 151. I got a chance to talk to the Casa Gomez guys, the La Tradicion guys. They all shared a booth with La Tradicion, Casa Gomez, and Jameson all had one booth. And we got some more of their blends. And I've got two new El Titan de Bronze Redemptions in Lancero size, and I finally got a chance to talk to Willie a little bit, and he assures me that I am, one of the few people to get this cigar. Some of the people at IPCPR got it, but it's not in distribution yet, or it will be soon. And the most exciting score of the night, the Camacho pint glass, or the Camacho tumbler, I should say, which is very nice. I'm actually going to get another one tomorrow. After the trade show, we went back to the Camacho party, and again, it was a really good time. Camacho really takes care of you, and I ordered scotch once again, and the woman told me Glenlivet, and it's what I thought I was drinking last night. But here it turns out that they were serving Johnny Walker Black, and I'd never had it before, and being on ice, or being on the rocks, it really dulls down the flavor, and it goes down really smooth, and I really just didn't distinguish the difference from what I thought was Glenlivet. It's been a little while since I had Glenlivet, but apparently it was Johnny Walker Black. But at any rate, again, top shelf liquor, good time, good food, good atmosphere. It was very nice. Anything else eventful happened? We got to talk to a few manufacturers. We met Cusano. Man, it's been so busy today. I'm really having a difficult time recalling everything. But anyway, we went. I spent quite a bit of time talking with Jose Oliva, and I can't say enough about it. Jose, he's just a very fun individual to be around. If you've ever met Sam Lucia and you know his attitude, Jose is he's got the same sort of personality, but he's got a more dry sense of humor, and just a funny guy. I did a tour of the Oliva booth, which you'll see as well. I had mentioned that the Oliva booth was set up like a living room where there's couches all around, so I wanted to get sort of like a short video tour of the whole thing, and Jose was kind of messing around with me. He kept walking back and forth in front of the camera, and all you'll see is just his head go by about 6 times. It was just a very good time, and once again, hey, have a cigar, sit down, relax, take a load off after walking the floor. And at one point they were extremely busy, and Brian and I were just kind of hunting for a seat. We've been on our feet for hours, and there was one person sitting in the corner, and we just sat down in this one section. And here we sat down with, it kills me, but I think it's Carlos Oliva. I think his first name is Carlos. My apologies if he ever sees this and I got his name wrong. But we sit down and he asks, can we help you? And he notices that we have press badges. And, all of a sudden it's, I'm sorry, we don't want to, interrupt with your business. You probably have customers coming over. No, sit down, relax, enjoy yourself. So here again, you got another figurehead for the company that's telling you, sit down, relax, just enjoy yourself. And it was just a very good time. After the event, we went to the Camacho party, as I had mentioned, and then after that, we went over to Casa Fuente, and it's very, 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 very expensive there. And it's just kind of one of the things that you have to do when you're in Vegas if you're a cigar smoker. It's sort of an obligation to fulfill. We got there, we got carded, and everyone got carded, but we got carded on our way in, and it was just packed with people. And in the corner, Carlos and Carlito Fuente were sitting there, which was, you see figurehead sitting there. It's I don't know, it's inspiring. We go inside and we go in the humidor, which was like minuscule compared to what I expected. But anything you can dream of that the Fuentes make is there. I mean, it's Opus X, Forbidden X, Casa Fuentes, all the rare stuff is just there. But when you see the price tag, it's whoa, hold on here. The short story, which goes for less than $5 in my local shop, was $19 in this shop. And when you're at Casa Fuente for the first time, you've got to try the house blend. So I spent $25 on what looked like a Corona Extra. And you go out and you pay a fortune for this cigar, $25. And you pay, the guy takes it from you. He asks you how you would like it cut, V cut, straight cut, or a plug cutter. And the first thing that went through my mind is, I don't want a V cutter because I just don't typically care for V cuts. And I was afraid that he was going to jam the punch in the end and crack the cap. So give me a straight cut. And he just kind of whacked the end off the cigar. He split it, and I didn't notice he split it until after I started smoking. And I was like, wow, $25, and the guy just split the cigar down to the band. I'm already smoking it, and it's getting worse. And I didn't want to go back and say, hey, look, you split my cigar and whatnot. So I soldiered through it. It was a very nice cigar, very expensive, but it was very nice. And I think his name is Jeff. He recognized Brian, and actually he recognized Brian. Came over to talk to Brian, and he came over, introduced himself to me. We got to talking a little bit. He invited us outside the shop. They have like it's sort of like a bistro set up, small little tables all over the place. And he sat us down with his father-in-law. We sat down and he talked, had a cigar. It's a very good time. And I'm just getting in from there. It's about 11:30 now. Oh, I'm talking too much. My Camacho went out. But all in all, it's been a very good time. The number of cigars that I pulled in today wasn't nearly as high as it was yesterday. We had more manufacturers give us a little bit more time, but we still had several that you walk up, they see that you're not a retailer in there to purchase anything, and they just flat out ignore you, which is I don't know. It's I don't know. You kind of get the impression of their arrogance. Is, you're just going to completely ignore us. It wasn't like they acknowledged us or anything. It was just they just blatantly moved around and looked past us. It was, I don't know. Those people, we won't. We're not going to go talk to them. We're not going to give them bad publicity because publicity is publicity. So they're going to remain nameless. And then there was one booth which is doing a nub knockoff more or less. And Brian and I made our way around to their booth, and we asked for a sample. And oh no, we don't have any samples left. Okay, not a big deal. We turn around, and everyone everyone around us is lighting up this cigar, and it's like, okay, you don't want to give us time. You don't want to give us time. Don't tell us no. We can't have no. You don't have any samples left. Just tell us no. We only have samples for retailers. It would have been. I would have understood that. Don't turn around and just lie to me. But again, another manufacturer that's just not going to get any airtime. So that's that. I got around town a little bit, took some pictures, and just overall I had a really good time. I'm kind of looking forward to getting home. It's been a lot of time on my feet, a lot of walking around. The Vegas Strip is a lot more spread out than you would think. Looking out my window here, everything just seems it's a block away. That's walking distance, but when you get out there and you start looking around, you start walking down the street, and I don't know, you walk 2 blocks. But before you start walking 2 blocks, the Bellagio is on your right, and you walk down 2 blocks, and the Bellagio is still on your right. You go down, another block and a half, and the Bellagio is still on your right. It's the Vegas-sized blocks are just they're pretty long. The hotels, the casinos, just take up a tremendous amount of real estate. It's incredible. The town is very expensive. It's fun. There's a lot of beautiful people here. Just a lot of gorgeous women. But when you're walking down the strip, you have to fight off the people that are trying to give you the call girl cards. Aside from that, I've really had fun. So I've got to edit this video and the Oliva sort of tour and the interview with David Blanco. So I'm gonna call an end to the video. Do some video editing. Hopefully, you'll see all this stuff fairly shortly. And well, I'll catch you tomorrow for day 3's IPCPR wrap up. So take it easy and happy smoking.